Who is trying to torture me? Well, who is behind it? If Gemma's father's a cop, as my dream said, and possibly an ex-boyfriend, then God has given me the vision to give to you to see who the murderous traitors are in our community. Remember when the Huonville police picked me up in Hitchin, and he's like, I remember you. I tried to arrest you. You tried to resist arrest, and we got in a fight. It was the anniversary of murder. I've never met you before, man. And let alone getting arrest and resisted arrest with a cop, or being in a fight. Let alone even been touched by a cop. They won't even shake my hands, mate. And then he's like, hey, it was. I remember you. We got in a fight. It was the anniversary of murder. I'm like, no, mate. And then he said it again. It was the anniversary of murder. At which point I pulled out my telephone. He started tapping the screen saying, you hearing this? Instantly changed his tune and said, oh, sorry, I made a mistake. You're a good guy. And drove me straight to my home. Not long after that, that's when the criminal Masons started poisoning me all through the community, and I was getting defamed as a child molester, all on hearsay and lies. What about when the cops tried to steal my passport and I painted this picture? Or when they were gang stalking me and terrorising me, and I was too afraid to fly to Sydney, and I changed my connecting flight 5 times, paying $100 each time to get my flight to South America. And on the last time I changed it, I wasn't going to be able to meet my connecting flight. And so I rang up Land Airlines and asked them what the go was, and they said, after you miss a flight, you've got 24 hours to rebook on all international flights. That's the rules. I rang up Flight Centre the next morning, remembering these guys expecting this call, knowing that I've cancelled the tickets over and over again, and rang up and said, look, I need to change my ticket to South America. And the woman's like, you've lost it. This is like $2,000 ticket they try to rob me of. You've lost it. And I'm like, well, you sure about that? And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And I said, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? And she said, yeah, I'm sorry. And I'm like, well, I've rang Airlines and they've told me there's a 24-hour booking. Here's the booking number that they gave me for the rebooking. So you basically lied and tried to rob me. And she like whispers to someone next to her, goes, you're correct. All she had to do was book this through, and my ticket should have been ready there and then within 10 minutes. This is 9 o'clock first thing in the morning. I rang 10 o'clock, nothing had happened. And then from then on, I rang every 15 minutes up until closing time at 5 o'clock, and they still hadn't given my ticket, trying to rob me of my ticket. Realised that I'd covered all my bases, and it wasn't until 9 o'clock that night that I got a confirmation of the ticket being changed. This is the criminals who are torturing me right now, Australia.